Spring has sprung, but just how many properties are there out there? Hello and welcome to Clearance Rate, a full wrap of the nation's residential property market over the last week. And the spring selling season has certainly started with a bang. New figures revealing more than 26,000 properties have hit the market in the past month alone. While there had been some suggestions this year's selling season might not ramp up like previous years simply because it was already at such a high, New South Wales real estate editor Tim McIntyre, it does not seem like there's any stopping this beast.
Well, no, there are a lot more listings coming on the market nationwide, Moira, and there's plenty of existing ones too. So
yeah, absolutely. Nationwide, there's currently 92,296 properties listed for sale. So a lot of choice out there for buyers. Tim, what are we seeing by way of clearance rate over the last 7 days?
Well, the clearance rate in Sydney has bounced back quite well. A lot of people are tipping it to go under 70% this week with a record weekend in September. Plenty of auctions out there, but no, there's still plenty of power left in the market.
And what about on the private treaty front?
Well, private treaty, there was still quite a number of sales this week, 3,253 for houses. Melbourne had the most, 3,457. Melbourne's median now up to 600,000, so that's moving, but Sydney pushing close to 7 figures.
Yeah, look at that, almost at that $1 million mark. Well, the number of new listings is at its highest level since March, with an additional 8,371 sellers keen to take advantage of rising prices in Sydney, listing over the last month. But it's not the capital city with the most properties for sale. Melbourne actually taking that honour with 26,676 properties in total on the market there right now. Tim, what are we seeing on the apartment front this week?
Well, the apartment front is, as always, a tale of two cities there. Sydney and Melbourne streaks ahead of the rest of the joint, but Sydney well ahead. All the way down to Adelaide, which is pushed up above 300,000 now, but that's starting to seem like it's still pretty good value at the moment. Yeah,
still some good value in Brisbane. Over 4,000 new listings have been added to bring the total number of available properties in the Queensland capital to over 16,000. Adelaide currently has around 6,790 properties on the market, and Perth around 17,941 homes. And of course, Perth is becoming much cheaper. Tim, what are we seeing in terms of the overall price direction? Perth still falling?
Yeah, look, Perth's still struggling away a little bit there as it heads down towards the trough, but that, I mean, still down 1% for the year, but actually a slight bounce back of 1.2% this week. The rest of the capitals, yeah, so probably Sydney and Melbourne having a bit of a bounce back from a little negative couple of weeks, and Brisbane and Adelaide just doing much of the same that they've been doing all year.
Yeah, so buyers and sellers really taking a bit of a breather, but coming back in full force as we head into those warmer months. Time now for our weekly Sticky Beak. Tim, what have you got for us?
Well, this is a good example of overcapitalisation. This property sold for $2.75 million over reserve on the weekend. Over reserve.
What did the vendor want?
The vendor wanted $5 million and they got 7.75.
Oh, just a nice little profit there for them. And I did hear that apparently the buyer is looking to knock the existing house flat anyway.
Yeah, so look, by the time they take care of the demolition and whatnot, then they're going to end up, you know, a fair few million in the hole. But if it's not about return, if it's just about where they want to live, then that's how you do it, I guess.
If you've got the money. Well, that is Clearance Rate. More again next week.